Hey guys, Kevin, Muddy River Tactical. We're back out at the range. I'm shooting the Bodyguard 2.0. As many of you know, I've been carrying this pistol in our pocket holster pretty much all summer. When it's hot like this, I pocket carry a lot. The Bodyguard 2.0 has been a great pistol. I've had nothing but great luck with it. Super small, compact, but it's got a big enough grip to really shoot well. It's a small gun that shoots like a full-size package. But today we have a new pistol, and that's the Bodyguard 2.0 Carry Comp. So I'm excited about this gun just because I know how much I like the original Bodyguard 2.0. So this one is a longer ported barrel and it's a performance center. So if you look at the two differences, they're the same gun, but they got some cosmetic differences as well as this, the Carry Comp has a little bit longer barrel and it's ported there at the end, as you can see. But the first thing that really strikes me is they're more or less the same gun, but the longer. But they've done some cosmetic, what I'd say cosmetic differences to them. If you look at the serrations between the two, they've made some definite differences. The Carry Comp has serrations along the front, and the serrations are more but smaller together compared to these more, I'd say, aggressive looking ones on the original Bodyguard 2.0. So I don't know how much that'll really make a difference. It's just more of a cosmetic look to me. But I can tell you, if you look at these two sights, the sights are completely different. Even if you look at the back serrated, this is the Bodyguard 2.0. See how it's way narrower right there than the Carry Comp sights are in the serrated back, as well as the front. They're two different sights. I can tell you just by looking at them and shooting Smith and Wesson pistols in the past, the sights on this Bodyguard Carry Comp are definitely better than these. But for this pistol, I've shot the regular Bodyguard 2.0 a ton. I've had no issues with it, but these are better sights. So other than that, I think they're really pretty similar. I'm not going to go through specs. This is more of a comparing the two to see if you do not have either one of these, which one you should buy. And then more importantly, to me anyways, because I already have the regular Bodyguard 2.0, is if you have the Bodyguard 2.0, is it worth upgrading to the Carry Comp? So those are the first differences I see. The triggers and all that stuff are going to be the same. The texturing of the grip module itself are the same. And for those curious, you can swap the slides around. So if you're a guy that has the Bodyguard 2.0 and want to wait, there's already aftermarket slides coming out for these pistols that have optic ready stuff. People are putting optics on them already. The slide off of the Carry Comp will go on the frame of this one, so they're interchangeable. So that's something to think about too. If you can't pull the trigger just by going to this one, but you already have the Bodyguard 2.0, I'm sure at some point you're gonna be able to get the longer slide that's ported to kind of have some of those features. So let's shoot these. That's really gonna tell us the big difference between them and how much it's gonna make. Without shooting them, I've obviously shot the Bodyguard 2.0, but without shooting the Carry Comp, in my mind, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference just because they're such small pistols anyways. When you start getting like the big ported guns, like, you know, porting guns are the thing of 2025, 2024, all the manufacturers are doing it. It seems on the bigger guns it makes more difference, but I don't know, we'll see here. So I'm going to start by shooting I'll start with the regular 2.0. And we'll just kind of get close-up video of kind of like the recoil in my hand and things like that. And then you can kind of see comparatively to it. On both of these, so these guns come with 10 and 12 round mags. I just got the 10 round mags on both of them just to keep it comparable across the board, where I'm not showing you recoil from two different types of things, if that makes sense. All right, so this is the original Bodyguard 2.0. So those of you that have shot one of these know it's just, for this size gun, granted it's a 380, it's not a 9, but the recoil is next to nothing. It's as soft shooting as you can really imagine, which is a game changer for pocket-sized pistols, just because pocket-sized pistols are never been known for shootability. That's not what their forte is. But this Bodyguard 2.0 has really done a good job of mixing both of them, and that's why I'm carrying that Bodyguard, is I enjoy shooting it as much as some of my full-size guns. It's just got a whole different shooting experience. So let's go to the carry comp and just see if on video you guys can see any difference here. And this is the very first shots out of this pistol too. I've never shot the carry comp, so we'll see. Man, I didn't think it'd make a huge difference, which it didn't, but I could definitely tell just in my hand a little bit, because I've shot, I mean, I'm well over 1,000 rounds in this gun, so I'm super familiar with this gun. This shoots the same, but it's barely softer. I don't know if it's enough to justify going to the change, but it is a little softer. What I can tell you is the sights between these two. If you look at these sights again, this on the Bodyguard 2.0, the original, the back serrated sight being so narrow on the sides, I don't like it near as much as the sights on this Performance Center one. Just in the first shooting, that was more than the recoil. That's more what I noticed than anything. As far as the serrations and stuff on it, that's all just personal preference. I'm personally a fan of the more aggressive texture on the Bodyguard 2.0 compared to this. I just think it not only looks better cosmetically, but I think that's just more than you need. I think this works better in my opinion, but to each their own on that. So after just 10 rounds, and this is just a quick, super, you know, not super in depth, but after 10 rounds, I probably would not get rid of my Bodyguard 2.0 to carry the comp version of it, just because why get rid of a gun to upgrade? And it's not necessarily a huge upgrade, especially when I could maybe get an aftermarket slide or something if I wanted to go that way down the future. Also, the other thing is, if you look at these two, the extra length, if you're worried, because I've heard people worry about, is one going to be easier to conceal or not? I mean, they're so close. The concealability and stuff of what you're going to do with this pistol is really, it's not going to make a difference. It's a 1/4 inch and you're never even going to know it. You can put them in the holsters and they seem the exact same. So I don't think that's a deciding point. The holsters are different just because on the carry comp, we got to make it out that way. There's people that have been shoving them in the regular holsters, and yes, you can do that, but it's going to wear the end of your comp right here. So we don't suggest it. We suggest just getting a whole nother holster for it, but that's on you as well. So if I was going to tell you, if you do not have a Bodyguard 2.0 at all right now, I would lean towards the carry comp, just because if you're going to do it, get the better sights. Not even so much for the recoil, because the recoil on both of them are amazing, but the sights are definitely better, and I think you'll be happier with the sights. And if you go to upgrade the sights on this one, you'll end up in the same money as the Performance Center version of the carry comp. So if you're brand new to them, I would definitely go with the newer carry comp. However, if you're like me and already have a Bodyguard 2.0 that I carry in my pocket holster, and then you can see I got the hybrid holster here that I carry it in a ton. That's kind of my two go-tos for this pistol. If that's what you have, I probably wouldn't change it. I would wait and see what comes around. It's just not a big enough change to get rid of one gun for another. But if you're new to it, definitely get the carry comp. So if you have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments below. Let us know what your thoughts on them. And as always, if you need any holsters, check us out at muddyrivertactical.com. So as always, thank you guys for joining us. And until next time, keep practicing and always be prepared. So just like all the other videos, that's gone for sure. I gave it a fair chance today. You know, in other videos, maybe I didn't give it a fair chance. I gave it a fair chance today and it just didn't make it.